The gut microbiota topic has attracted considerable media attention, so you should be prepared to answer patients' questions who wish to know more about their own intestinal microbiota. In this part, we have collected some possible questions which patients might ask. See the first one here. Can my gut microbiota be analysed? The quick answer would be yes, but there is the longer one which is more appropriate. If you are not suffering from a disease where the gut microbiota is involved, such an examination would be pointless. However, with numerous research projects providing a permanent flow of new findings, this might change soon. What are enterotypes? Recent studies have unveiled that, in spite of all individual differences, the gut microbiota of the global population can be clustered into 3 enterotypes. There are classes of gut microbiotas which are defined by the domination of certain species within the individual's intestinal bacterial population. These enterotypes, depicted on the slide, are not related to nationality, age or gender, almost like blood groups. As with blood groups, no correlation between enterotypes and health status have been reported so far. It might be fascinating to know your own enterotype, but at the current state of research, this would hardly have any therapeutic value. Is obesity related to the gut microbiota? Meanwhile, there is a great body of evidence indicating several links between gut microbiota and obesity. It seems that obese individuals with a low gut microbial diversity and lack of certain inflammation-related microbes have more difficulties to lose weight and to overcome metabolic disorders related to obesity. The following slide shows 2 different kinds of diet: carbohydrates restricted, Carb-R, and fat restricted, Fat-R. In section A, the right-hand column shows the gut microbial composition which is typical for lean people, with a high amount of bacteroids and a low amount of firmicutes. The other columns from left to right show that the gut microbiota of the initially obese individuals becomes increasingly similar to that of lean individuals over the course of the diet. Section B illustrates how in both diets the change in the relative abundance of bacteroidetes is connected with weight loss. The Carb-R diet induced a weight reduction above a threshold of 2% and the Fat-R diet above a threshold of 6%. This again demonstrates the close connection between nutrition, gut microbial composition, and weight. Supportive evidence comes from animal trials. They show that lean animals that receive fecal gut microbiota transplants of obese animals become obese themselves. This corresponds to the observation that obese and lean humans have different gut microbiota profiles, and that the profile of individuals losing overweight start to approximate that of lean persons. A growing body of evidence suggests that there are certain gut profiles that allow to predict how efficient dietary management measures are likely to be. Considering the mutual connections between gut microbiota and dietary diseases, it comes as no surprise that probiotics can have a beneficial impact. They might facilitate the management of overweight as they're able to improve gut permeability and reduce inflammation in the digestive tract. Does smoking impact the gut microbiota? Smoking does in fact modulate the gut microbiota. This is perhaps due to a change of oxygen concentration in the blood. This might in turn influence the microbial community in the intestine, which mostly consists of anaerobic microbes. But whether these changes protect or worsen smokers' health is an open question. What has been established is that smoking cessation increases the diversity of firmicutes and actinobacteria. At the same time, it causes a decrease in bacteroidetes and proteobacteria. This is shown in the 3-dimension graph on the slide. Additionally, smoking cessation raises the overall microbial diversity, another good reason to stop smoking. Are some gut microbiotas better than others? To a certain degree, this seems to be true. Shifts in the bacterial composition and lower diversity of the human gut microbiota have been associated with intestinal dysfunctions such as inflammatory bowel disease and obesity. This is not so much a matter of specific bacteria, but of a general imbalance of the whole intestinal ecosystem. The slide shows the gut microbial composition in a population sample of 123 non-obese and 169 obese Danish individuals. We find two groups of individuals that differ by the number of gut microbial genes and thus by their gut bacterial richness. There are more people with a somewhat poorer gut microbiota in the obese part of the population than in the non-obese part. The obese individuals among the lower bacterial richness group also gain more weight over time, while those with a rich microbiota have a better chance to get rid of their overweight. How do I take care of my gut microbiota? This is an issue that might become increasingly urgent as the topic attracts more and more public attention. The gut microbiota is susceptible to diet, and that includes specific health-supporting components such as prebiotics and probiotics. Let us briefly recall. Prebiotics are indigestible compounds that are fermented by beneficial subgroups of the gut microbiota. Probiotics are living microorganisms that, when ingested in adequate amounts, provide a health benefit to the host. What are probiotics good for? This slide summarizes the results of a number of clinical trials testing the efficacy of probiotics in humans with different conditions and at different ages. The summary that dates from 2013 reports different kinds of beneficial effects with varying degrees of evidence. The efficacy as well as the limitations of probiotics are being explored by an increasing number of scientists. The list of proven benefits is continuously expanding. What has been found out about the characteristics of a number of probiotics has been confirmed by several meta-analyses and Cochrane reviews. Different healthcare bodies provide recommendations for gastroenterologists on how and when to use probiotics. The common basic conclusion is that probiotics are safe and worth including in order to manage gut symptoms. With growing in-depth knowledge provided by expanding research activities, these recommendations are likely to become more specific in the near future. The gut microbiota is tightly intertwined with various regions of the body. Deeper insights into its functions will help in the treatment of a number of diseases. It will open up new avenues for the management of digestive symptoms resistant to classical treatment. It will modulate drug prescription. It will play an important role in the assessment of intestinal risk factors and for health prognostics. The gut microbiota is a booming research area that is also gaining more and more coverage in the lay media. For gastroenterologists, it is of the essence to make themselves familiar with the diagnostic and therapeutic potential to improve the management of intestinal diseases.